Welcome back to my patch. This is a side of the garden that if you've watched any of the videos from the channel before, you probably haven't seen a great deal of. This is the section behind the scrap palace. It's an area where I've got 3 of the larger beds in the garden. Today we're going to have a look at refreshing a bed from go to woe. This bed has had a lot of dense mulch, has been applied to it over the whole surface for about 6 months now. So I must say that the soil itself is looking not quite as dusty, and there's quite a lot of residual straw and spent bedding hay, bedding straw I should say, has been spread through here. So the first step I'm going to do here is basically rake it all out, get it onto an even level, and then we're going to put some amendments onto the soil itself. The goal for this bed this year is pretty simple. It's going to be a completely garlic bed. So now basically the surface of it is a little bit more even. So when we're putting on the amendments and we're getting ready to turn the amendments into the soil, they'll disperse really quite well. So we'll get on with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a couple of good handfuls of blood and bone onto the surface of the soil to get the immediate nitrogen level up for the garlic itself. This goes by a lot of names. I think in the Northern Hemisphere a lot of people know it as bone meal. So a bit of that. We're going to add a bag of cow manure across the surface. This soil has had some relatively finished compost from my compost bays added to it. Probably not as matured as I'd like. So we're going to add this. Now I'm going with some mushroom compost to add some body to the soil. Again, no science. Just a liberal dash. I've done a video recently on preparing a beetroot bed, which fundamentally has the same principle as this. No miracles on this one. Exactly the same. There's only going to be one variable in this, given what we're planting here. And that's going to be lime. There's already a lot of clay in this soil, but a dash of extra lime just to sweeten it up. Generally, onions and leeks, garlic, they love it. All right. Now lime. Alright, good. Again, I'm going to tease that in a little bit. Just help that incorporate with the soil. Alright, happy with that. Now I'm going to reinstall the watering system and have a look at that, because it needs a bit of repair. So my amendments are in, generally, a couple more to go, but they're liquid. And the watering lines are back in, ready for the bed. Problem now is the watering lines have taken a lot of sun damage. This is an example of what I'm talking about here, where the actual plastic of the dripper has perished. So what we're having to do is unscrew the remnant of the old head. So we don't need that anymore. And where we have heads that have been taken off other broken components, but they're still usable, we replace them on. That's one. Only about 20 to go. So now gets the better bit of the day. I've still got some more repair to do on this watering system, but I think I'll get my garlic in and then work through as I go. So basically, this is how I store my garlic. Very old video of mine will show you how I actually dry and sort this, but fundamentally these jars are what I've been using for years to keep my garlic safe during the off season. So basically what I'm doing here, I'm sure most people who are watching this have planted garlic before, but if you never have, basically what you're doing is breaking up this actual head of garlic to get to your individual cloves which you want to plant. Now when you plant these, the pointy bit always goes up towards the surface of the, just realised what I did there, sorry, pointy side goes up. So basically you put that up that way. The plate part, which is the hard bit there at the bottom, goes into the ground. So let's get it in. In these watering cans here, I've got, the red one has got some soluble sulfate of potash in it, and the blue one, wetting agent and sea salt, or a seaweed mixture. And we'll apply the wetting agent mixture. Now for our potassium. And the good news is we're expecting a lot of sun, so perfect time to get it in. Okay, that's it. Garlic bed's in. A little bit more work to do on repairing the watering system, but I'm pleased. Another crop on its way. Another thing I don't have to buy for another year. Thanks a lot for watching it. Take care.